welcome to my channel. My name is Martine, and if you are new here, I do videos on Vedic astrology mainly, but also with some tropical insights, and I focus on both relationship and natal astrology. And if you like this video and you would like to see more content from me, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to my channel. Also consider clicking the notifications bell if you want to see when I will post a new video. Also, if you are interested in a private reading, I do readings in astrology on a variety of topics ranging from relationship readings to career to transits for 2-3 years, or solar return charts or predictions for 1 year, etc. You are free to email me at the email address that I will leave in the video description, and I can send you a pricing list and reading options and any other details that you might require. Also, I want to mention that I have started membership options on this channel, and the short of it, just to give you the short perks that you will get if you choose to join the membership section, you will get 1 extra video per month for each membership stage or tier. So for the first tier, you will get 1 extra video per month. For the second tier, you will get 2 extra videos per month, so you will have access to level 1 and level 2 videos. And for level 3 or third tier, you will get 3 extra videos per month. The level 1 and level 3 videos are going to be on a variety of topics, so basically anything related to astrology, but it will be content that is not shown on my regular usual videos, right? So this is members only exclusive content, and it can range from, tips and tricks on how to read a horoscope to, I haven't done this yet, but I plan on doing maybe members only astrological synastry for famous couples, for instance, or the analysis of famous people's horoscopes, but then I can also get into divisional charts, etc., etc. So all kinds of things. The level 1 or second tier of membership options is especially related to synastry astrology topics, meaning relationship-oriented astrology. So this could be things like how to discover which kind of partner archetype is right for you according to your horoscope, or it could be, again, different characteristics, whether you're going to have a good marriage according to your horoscope or a less than stellar marriage. But you can find more concrete examples in the lists that you will find in the video description, because I have added the playlists where you can already see all the videos that I have posted in each members section. So yeah, you can see what videos you will have access to from the ones that I have already done. But I will continue to post, like I said, 1 extra video per month for each level of membership. And in addition to that, in the members only section, you will have access to members only polls, and you will also have priority when it comes to getting your comments replied to on my channel. And you will also have stickers that basically show up next to your username that show that you are a member, and a couple of exclusive emojis. All right, so that's pretty much all the perks that you can have as a member on my channel. If you're curious, you can check the video description for more details as well, or you can click the join button under any of my videos to also see the prices, because the prices will be shown in your local currency. All right, in addition to the members only section, I also have a tarot channel, and I post there semi-regularly, and I will be linking the tarot channel in the video description as well as in the pinned comment. It's called Martine's Tarot. So if you are curious about tarot, if you're into it, maybe check out my channel, maybe subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you very much for listening to this intro. And now I'm going to get straight into today's topic. Hello and welcome to the first video of 2024. Happy New Year. May this year bring everyone a lot of blessings, and hopefully it will be much better than the previous 4 years, because everyone needs that. Yeah, so I thought, as I mentioned in my community post, that this would be a great first topic for the beginning of the year, even though technically it's not related to astrology directly. It's connected to everything kind of new age woo woo, let's say. Um, like woo woo, hoodoo, voodoo, whatever you want to call it, right? So everything that is frowned upon by religious communities usually, things that have to do with energies and, witchcraft, for lack of a better word, paganism, etc., etc., which is how to cleanse your energy or how to cleanse the energy of a space. Sometimes they intertwine, but this is mainly actually about how to cleanse a space, mainly. But also the personal energy, okay? I want to give a short introduction to this topic and why I thought about, actually, it wasn't even my idea. It was coming from a friend of mine that I have also mentioned in another video that I will be linking in the video description. This person is someone who is into metaphysical things and has even had experiences with exorcisms. And yes, I'm going to pause right here, and I know that some people are going to think that this whole topic is too much for them because I know that this is an astrology channel, but there's a pretty wide leap, a pretty big leap, sorry, from astrology, tarot, and then talking about, entities and demons and, negative energies, whatever you want to call them, right? And talking about exorcisms and protecting your energy and all that stuff. So I can totally understand if some people are going to think that this is way too weird for them. But I have done a more in-depth video, actually, for those who are curious, the one that I will be linking in the video description, one of them, because I will be linking all the related videos to this topic in the video description. But I have done this one video where I talked about karma, and I talked about my brushes with the supernatural, if you can call it like that. People who are, let's say, gifted or extrasensory, stuff like that. And I also mentioned some things about this friend, the one that gave me the inspiration for today's video. A lot of the things that I'm going to be talking about, if not all of them, actually come from him. He knows about how to cleanse your energy, how to cleanse a space, because again, he's actually had to deal with exorcisms. Won't get into details and stuff that he said, but that's all I can tell you. I don't want to get too much, because I promised that I wouldn't get too much into details about what he practices exactly and all this stuff, because he doesn't want people to get into it for the wrong reasons, obviously. That's why he has to perform exorcisms, because there are a lot of people out there who come across things that they think, are funny or they are a game, and they end up, conjuring things that take over their lives and basically pollute their energy and ultimately ruin their karma to very, 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 very high degrees, stuff that you don't want to get into, basically. If you find any weird books in, like, ancient languages that speak of conjuring anything, don't think that it's funny to try it. That's all I'm going to say. So, in no particular order, actually, I'm going to talk about, first of all, the topic of demons. So, there is one thing that I wanted to talk about that is not 100% connected to how to cleanse the space, but how to see if you actually have some kind of supernatural entity in a particular room. And this is one of the few things that he actually told me, like, ages ago, and he actually said that he saw this happening at some point. Pretty creepy, so yeah, won't dwell. But basically, if you, let's say, notice something that is truly unusual, like, things that you would see on Discovery Channel, documentaries about haunted, like things moving, or, you could swear that you didn't put a book where you didn't put it and then it keeps moving or something like that, or hearing things or stuff like that. There's one simple trick that you can do to see if you actually have an entity in your space, and that is you take a glass of water, all right, so just regular tap water, not fizzy water, and you put a few drops of very clean olive oil, right? So Olive oil, as in, like I said, very clean, meaning it shouldn't have any kind of like solids precipitated on it, because, olive oil, when it gets old or something, sometimes it's like solid stuff deposits at the bottom of it. So it should be clean, like a few drops of very clean olive oil, and it should be pure olive oil as well. So not mixed with other oils. And if it goes to the bottom of the glass, that basically means that there's something supernatural in the space. Because normally, as you might know, oil has to float on water because it has lower density, right, than water. But if there's something unclean in the space, something truly, quote, supernatural, quote, end quote, then you will see it go to the bottom of the glass, So, yeah, don't freak out if it happens. I don't know, maybe try to use some of the tips that I'm going to continue to explain in this video, or try to get in contact with an exorcist, I guess. So, aside from this, how you figure out things, there's some basic stuff, like, for instance, salt. There's one, this is actually not about entities or anything. Well, since I started with entities, let me continue with this. So another thing to make sure that entities don't come into your space, right? Obviously, the first thing that I mentioned, don't try to conjure anything. And here's the thing, I have practiced spells, let's say witchcraft, if you want to call it like that, Wicca, but I never call specific names. And even online nowadays, there are a lot of, how should I put it, irresponsible people that put a lot of information online that is just, it shouldn't be there. Things like how to call even angels by their names, even if you might think, well, an angel is a positive entity, it's not your business to call them, really. It's just not something that has to be done, and it's something that we shouldn't be doing. There's a lot of bad karma connected to it, all right? But even more so when it comes to potentially dangerous entities that you already know are up to no good. If you find, books in ancient Aramaic or something that name some kind of demon, it's not a good idea to conjure anything. So obviously don't do any of that, okay? That's the first step you have to follow to be clean. But aside from that, there could be instances where, I don't know, these things could attach to you for various reasons, or sometimes people, maybe because of other people, heaven forbid, cursing you, because there are people out there who know how to do these things. There might be entities around you or something. So a way to stay clear, to clean up the space, is to wear silver. Silver is a universal protector, and I know it kind of sounds like very woo-woo, because it's something that is even mentioned in Bram Stoker's Dracula, but this is the truth. Like, silver has this good purification quality. All of this stuff, by the way, is like not gonna make sense because it comes from, I don't know, like, I don't even want to name names. There are certain branches of spirituality and spiritual practices and even religions that have to deal with this stuff. So yeah, I promised this person that I wouldn't name anything about his practice or anything. So just, you're gonna have to take my word for it. Wearing silver, first of all, but just having a little bit of silver in your space, in a room, whether it's a ring or a coin or whatever it is, like silverware, something, a cup made out of silver. Again, the cleaner it is, the better. The purer it is, the better. These entities don't like it, So silver is something that purifies a space and generally protects the person who wears it spiritually from any kind of attacks. Another thing is salt. Salt can be used in a variety of ways. You can, to make sure, and again, this is also something that you may have seen in other, maybe even movies. I have seen this in The Skeleton Key, actually. So I was surprised when I found out that it's something that is actually used in certain circles that deal with this kind of stuff. Or maybe I shouldn't be surprised because, Hollywood has been getting weirder, and there are all kinds of pieces of evidence out there that they're actually practicing weird rituals. So yeah, in any case, if you remember from The Skeleton Key, if you've seen that movie, spreading salt right at the entrance of a particular room is going to keep negative energies from entering that room. And again, I'm talking about potentially entities, or even bad juju, like people giving you the evil eye or something. That could help. Another thing is also in line with salt is seawater. Seawater is very good for purifying. So again, bathing yourself in seawater is very good for cleansing your energy. This person that gave me these tips, for instance, because he has dealt with these things and has had some pretty bad brush ups and has done exorcisms, has participated in exorcisms and all this stuff. He's very careful with his energy, so he takes seawater and basically sweeps the floors of his house, like I think every once a week or once every 2 weeks or something like that, just to keep it extra clean energetically. Now, I don't know, for some people that is really not comfortable and may seem a little bit over the top. I live pretty far away from the sea, unfortunately, because I would really like to live somewhere close to the sea. But you might think that this is crazy, but I actually bring seawater with me from whenever I travel. Like the last time I brought a stash was 2022. And I still have some of that water, but because I cannot carry a lot, obviously I'm not going to use it to sweep the floors. Instead, I use a little bit of it. Sometimes I will put a little bit of it in my bath water. Sometimes if I feel stressed, I will literally like stick my finger in the bottle of seawater and it immediately calms my anxiety. And now, to be fair, for me personally, seawater is especially strong as a protector because it's close to whatever. It's like my natural element somehow in a weird way. I won't get into it. This is also something that I know from this guy and his metaphysical knowledge. In a way, you can also see it in my astrological energy because I have a strong moon energy. And yeah, so basically the sea, ocean, seawater, everything like that is very strong for me energetically and really cleanses me and energizes me. But even for the average person, irrespective of their horoscope, seawater is a good purifier, right? So bathing in the sea, very good idea. Like I said, using seawater to maybe just even putting a little bit of it in the water that you wash the floors with, that could help, okay? Another strong protector is cats. And I know, again, this sounds like a cliche, and I am pretty sure that you may have heard the theory from ancient Egypt that cats are the guardians of the dead, or they're the guardians of the, how should I put it? The world of the spirits. You know, there's something in ancient Egypt religions, something about cats, how they, yeah, so I think that they're the guardians to the world beyond or something like that. Here's the thing, according to certain metaphysical studies, these are not obviously statistics done by the University of Oxford or something. These are pieces of information that are passed down from one generation to another in very select groups of individuals that know about magic and whatever. But cats, keeping a cat, technically cats hunt in both worlds, quote unquote, which means that they see things that we don't see, entities. So if there's negative energies, spirits, entities in a space, they will hunt them. Or sometimes the spirits will not even enter a particular space when there's a cat around. Now, obviously not everyone likes cats, so I'm not trying to say you should keep a cat if you don't like them, but even things like, maybe keeping them around the neighborhood, or if you see cats in your neighborhood, maybe be nice to them, feed them, or something like that. That can also help protect your energy, and just keeping them around is a good idea, when it comes to things like entities and spirits and all this stuff. Another one also that you may have heard of is burning sage. For some reason, these entities, like I'm talking especially about demons and stuff like this, they don't like sage, all right? So if you know that, again, if you think that there might be a space that, has a spirit or if you have detected some kind of paranormal activity, burning sage is a good idea within a particular room, okay? And pretty much last but not least, this is especially for evil eye. So this is not necessarily for like spiritual attacks or demons. I mean, to some extent, it's also about that. Like if there's someone trying to curse you or anything like this. But this is generally helpful for people sending you negative it's negative energy, right? So evil eye means when people are jealous of you, or they're, you have a lot of naysayers who are trying to yeah, I don't know, rain on your parade or maybe try to ruin your reputation if you're dealing with narcissists, stuff like this. This is a good trick to do semi-regularly to cleanse the energy, the negative energy, and the potential bad effects of this negative energy on you. And this is a more specific ritual, let me put it like this, but it's not that complicated. You can take salt, any kind of salt, so basically edible salt, right? Like regular table salt, Himalayan salt, sea salt, whatever kind of salt. And you take however much of it you need. It doesn't have to be a lot. And you sit somewhere in a natural source, in front of a natural source of light. So either the sun or a candle. You have to sit somehow in a way that your shadow is cast on the wall. And you're supposed to throw salt over your left shoulder with your left arm, with your left hand, 7 times over your left shoulder towards your shadow. And then you have to gather the salt, with a broom or whatever. So again, you have to be careful how you do this so that you can gather the salt, most of it at least. And you gather the salt, you throw it out the open window, and you say, I release the negative energies that came with this back to where they came from. So basically, it's kind of like a ritual to what's the word? Back to sender, back to sender sort of energy, back to where it came from, or I just release this energy if you don't want to send it back to where it came from. So yes, if you're in a house or if you're in an apartment, you can throw it out the window. If you are somewhere outdoors, you can also do this ritual, and you take the salt and you throw it in the nearest water source. So again, you can flush it down someplace, it doesn't matter, but you should throw it in some kind of a water source. But if you live in a building or, some, higher ground, you can just throw it out the window. So this is pretty much all I can think of saying. I'm pretty sure I didn't leave anything out. If I leave anything out, I will write it in the video description, but I don't think I have. So yeah, these are some simple tricks. I'm sure that some of them you have definitely heard about before, about how to keep your space clean energetically, how to keep yourself clean energetically from bad energies, potentially other people's curses. And of course, one thing that I could add to all this is when it comes to keeping your energy clean, remember that having good karma is always a very good protector against other people's negative energy, definitely. So if you make sure that you do everything right from a moral perspective, even if other people, let's say, seek to curse you or even throw negative energy towards you with hatred and envy, it's not going to affect you. All right? So I would definitely not suggest that you try to take revenge. These are some very quick, non-revenge or revenge-free tips to basically, how should I put it, to avoid the haters, or to fight the haters in a pacifist way, right? So I hope you have enjoyed them. I'm curious to hear the feedback, and once again, if you have liked the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, click on the notifications bell to see when I will post a new video. And also, if you're interested in a private reading, you can check out the information in the video description. Or if you want to find out more about memberships, you can also check the introduction section in the video. In this video, you can check the timestamps. And also, if you're interested in tarot, last but not least, I have a tarot channel, and I will be linking it in the video description as well as in the pinned comment. So yeah, if you like tarot, go ahead and check it out. Maybe subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you very much for listening.